Millions of Americans put their trust in the 401k. It's automatic, it feels safe, and it gives us the illusion that if we just keep contributing, one day we'll retire wealthy and free. We look at our statements, see the balance growing, and believe that number will save us. But here's the hard truth: your 401k will never make you rich. It was never designed to. For most people, it's a system that will keep you working longer, retiring later, and living with less freedom than you expected. And unless you understand why, you could be setting yourself up for disappointment in your golden years. When the 401k was first introduced in 1978, it wasn't even meant to replace pensions. It was just a small section in the tax code. But corporations quickly saw a way out of their expensive pension obligations. Pensions were promises guaranteed income for life. They were costly, but they gave workers security. With the rise of the 401k, companies transferred that responsibility onto employees. Suddenly, your retirement wasn't guaranteed anymore. It was your problem. On the surface, it sounded empowering. Take control of your future. But the truth is, the 401k wasn't created to make workers rich, it was created to save corporations money. Let's look at the numbers. Fidelity, one of the largest 401k providers, reports that the average balance for Americans in their 60s is less than $200. Stop and think about that. $200,000 for a retirement that could last 20 or 30 years. That's less than 10. Zero a year if you try to stretch it. That's not financial freedom, that's barely survival. And remember, that's the average, which means many people have far less. Some have nothing at all. Now, some people do hit $1 million in their 401k. That sounds impressive, right? $1 million. But here's the catch. When you factor in inflation, taxes, and healthcare costs, that million doesn't go as far as you think. If you withdraw 4% per year, which is the so-called safe withdrawal rate, you're looking at $40 a year before taxes. After taxes, maybe $32. That's about $600 a month to live on. For a millionaire, imagine working 40 years only to live like you're middle class at best. That's the hidden truth. Your 401k may make you a paper millionaire, but it won't make you wealthy. Let's talk about taxes. The 401k is sold as a tax advantage. You contribute pre-tax dollars, lowering your taxable income today. Sounds great, but later, every single withdrawal is taxed as ordinary income. That means when you're retired and finally ready to enjoy your money, Uncle Sam takes a cut. And here's the kicker. Nobody knows what tax rates will be in the future. Do you really think taxes will go down 20 or 30 years from now? With trillions in national debt and rising government spending, higher taxes are more likely. That means you're deferring taxes, not avoiding them. You're just kicking the can down the road and the bill could be bigger later. The 401k ties your financial future to the stock market. If the market is booming, your balance looks great. But what happens when it crashes? In 2008, retirement accounts lost nearly half their value. People who were ready to retire suddenly had to keep working. In 2020, during the pandemic, balances dropped in just weeks. Imagine planning to retire next month, and suddenly your life savings drops by 30%. That's the danger of relying on a system you don't control. Your retirement depends not on your effort, but on Wall Street's ups and downs. Even if the market grows, inflation quietly eats away at your wealth. Let's say you retire with $1 million. Sounds like plenty. But if inflation averages 3% per year, in 20 years, the cost of living will have doubled. That means your million is effectively worth only half as much. And if inflation runs hotter like we've seen in recent years, it's even worse. You might think you're building wealth, but in reality, your purchasing power is shrinking. Another problem? Access. 401k money is locked away until you're nearly 60. Need it earlier? You'll face penalties and taxes. That means you're saving money you can't touch while real opportunities pass you by. You might see a great chance to invest in real estate, start a business, or even handle an emergency, but your money is stuck in the 401k prison. What good is wealth if you can't use it when you need it? Supporters of the 401k always bring up the employer match. They say it's free money, and you'd be crazy to pass it up. Yes, the match is a bonus, but it doesn't change the system's flaws. That money is still locked away, still subject to taxes, still at the mercy of Wall Street, and still shrinking under inflation. Free money inside a broken system doesn't make the system any better. It just makes the cage a little more comfortable. The uncomfortable truth is this: the 401k was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to make you responsible for your own retirement so corporations could save money. It was designed to keep you invested in Wall Street so financial institutions could collect fees. And it was designed to provide just enough so you could scrape by in retirement, not enough to give you true freedom. That's why so many retirees are shocked when they discover their 401k won't cover the lifestyle they dreamed of. They tell you the 401k puts you in control. You get to choose your funds, allocate your percentages, and watch your balance grow. But look closer. Your options are limited to what your employer offers. Most plans are filled with mutual funds that charge hidden fees. And whether your account grows or crashes, Wall Street still gets paid. You're not in control, they are. The house always wins. So if the 401k won't make you rich, what will? The answer is simple: cash flow. Wealth isn't about having a lump sum locked away. It's about building streams of income that keep paying you month after month. Real estate rentals, dividend-paying stocks, side businesses, online ventures, royalties, and skills that allow you to earn more. These are assets you control. Assets that pay you now, not just when you turn 60. Ask yourself this: would you rather retire with $1 million locked in a 401k, or 0 a month in passive income you can use today? $1 million sounds like a lot, but it can vanish quickly with medical bills, inflation, and taxes. $10,000 a month, however, is freedom. It means you never worry about running out. It means you can enjoy life now, not just hope your money lasts later. True wealth isn't measured by the size of your nest egg. It's measured by the freedom of your cash flow. This doesn't mean you should ignore the 401k completely. If your employer offers a match, it can make sense to contribute up to that point. But don't rely on it. Build your wealth outside of the system. Buy assets you understand. Invest in things you control. Start small if you have to buy a rental property. Launch a side hustle. Learn a skill that lets you charge more for your work. These steps may not sound as automatic as a 401k deduction, but they're far more powerful in the long run. The 401k gave people a false sense of security. Contribute a little every paycheck, and everything will be fine. But the reality is, no one cares about your financial future more than you. Not your employer, not Wall Street, not the government. If you want to retire rich, not just scrape by, you have to take control yourself. That means educating yourself, making smart choices, and prioritizing cash flow over locked accounts. Your 401k will never make you rich. It wasn't designed to. At best, it will help you survive. But if you want freedom, if you want wealth, if you want a retirement where you actually live instead of just exist, you have to build assets that work for you. Create cash flow. Take control. Don't settle for the illusion of security. Because true wealth isn't about surviving until you die. It's about living fully every single day of your life.